What's up, Butterfly Gang? Welcome to your daily message. All right, welcome. Hello, welcome to Butterfly Gang Tarot. All right. Um, if you are new here, I'm Aji. I do have a download for you. All right. Today, we are going to be doing a daily message on Butterfly Gang Tarot. That's why it's important for you to follow both. Okay. Make sure you subscribe to both. Okay. We'll always post this in the community, all right, on the other channel. If you are interested on checking out my other channel, it's called Sacred Libra. But I do have a download, and I am pressed to get into it because it's good news. And I need to make some more Florida water. Okay, but the full moon is coming. So the good news that I do have is that your sons, and your daughters' will be blessed. It's almost getting like will reign. Will have their own reign, will have their own ruling. But basically, there's a blessing that's going to hit your sons, and your daughters. Like, for generations to come. So there's something that you're doing that is going to be followed for generations to come. And this does not necessarily has to be wealth, riches. When we think about generational wealth, we think about money going through the bloodline. We don't think about like ascending in love and just good energy running through the bloodline for generations to come. That you would have a foundation for some of you guys, especially if you are trying to build this foundation now, then you will have a foundation that's built on love, honesty, integrity, compassion, positivity, spirituality for generations to come. Nothing will infect that bloodline. For some of you guys, it may be money. You may be working on something where you have a nice product or you have a nice business structure, or maybe you're in a nice, I don't know, foundation or something like that, where your sons, and your daughters will be blessed. It's almost like a peak in the future. So I feel like for some of you guys who are stressing, don't stress. Some of you guys are worried about you, like, how am I gonna make it? And God is like, your daughters, and sons are going to be fine, perfectly fine. Just relax a little bit. A lot of this is favor. We've been talking about favor a lot. So a lot of this has to do with favor, with the favor on you, with the favor on your bloodline. For some of you guys, you have done something that has left a lasting impression on spirit, where there was a promise that spirit kept to your ancestors that will be shined on you. What else am I getting here? Oh, I want to say Uzi, but that's just, I don't know why I want to say that. For some of you, it might resonate. For some of you, it may not. Or Uzi. Could be Uzi or Uzi. I'm not sure. Ozzy. Anywho, what else do we have? Also a great star. I'm also getting a great. So we have generations to come. Daughters, sons. And then we have a great grandmother, grandfather that's coming through here. I feel like that has something to do with their promise. Has something to do with what they prayed. What they asked for. So they were praying for you before they even knew you or knew that you would existed. And I feel like that keeps on going on. Like, let that keep on flowing, because maybe you need to start praying for a great granddaughter, praying for the world for her instead of your world. I don't know. All right, let's get right into it. We got generations and ancestors and all of these things happening. This is big. This is a high level conversation that's being had in my mind. And I haven't had coffee yet. I have not had coffee. All right, let's see what's coming out for the gang. What's coming out for the gang? And let's see. We have listened to your intuition. Your intuition is guiding you. Your intuition is telling you, it's nudging you to do something. Somebody just has a gut feeling. Success. That's what we're talking about. Success that runs down. Something starting with, well, it didn't start with you. It started with a great. But it's almost like a baton race. You taking the baton. You're finishing some of the work that's done. For some of you guys, you may have felt like pressures and burdens from things that aren't yours. A lot of pathology. And you're right. It's not yours. It comes with the baton that you're holding. But success here. There's an intuition. There's a gut feeling that you feel like something is going to be successful for generations. We're talking about generations to come. Even the generations before you. You may have felt like you're tapping into something that generations before you have tapped in. You might be getting ancient knowledge, you may feel ancient yourself. You may be seeing bugs that make you think of ancient things. Like, I don't know if this is anyone else, but I have the bugs and insects that make me think of elders and things like that. Even trees make me think of like elders. But you may be seeing praying mantis. You may be seeing crickets. You may be seeing centipedes. It's like those ancient, even the bugs that look like little sticks. I don't know what they're called, but they look like it could be a little stick or a little twig somewhere. Then next thing you know, they start flying. That always reminds me of an elder. But definitely like centipedes, praying mantis, and crickets. Crickets heavy. Don't ask why I think that, why they remind me of older people. But I feel like you could view yourself as ancient knowledge, or you have some type of ancient wisdom. Or maybe other people, they have always said like you're like an old soul. Meditation is going to bring answers to you. So, okay, right now you're just having this gut feeling, but some of you guys, most of you guys, you're going to need some type of clear communication. The biggest part of this generation to come is the belief, because whoever that great grandmother or grandfather was, they had a strong belief that it would touch you. They had the strong belief that you would do something. They just knew that down the line, something would happen for you. And then we're talking about here, you with daughters, sons. There's something else there's something that's going to happen. Maybe there could be some type of generational curse that you're stopping. And maybe you're great. They felt like that it was going to be stopped with you. And maybe you feel the pressure, or you feel this energy to do something different, not necessarily stop a whole generational curse. That may not be on your mind, like, let me stop the whole generational curse. But you may feel like, I want to do something different. I want to, and in that thinking of doing something different and creating a new cycle, you actually break a whole generational curse with starting a new cycle. So I feel like someone is very, very wise, and this person could definitely be talking to you. There's also somebody who wants something right now, and the spirit is like, you're not getting it right now. I don't know what that is. The last thing you want to do, for some of you guys to know how you know, like, patience is a test. Like, you are getting stronger. Spirit is calling you to be more patient. This is how you know patience is your test. Okay, so the last thing you want to do is be patient right now. That's the last thing you want to do is wait another second, wait another. You feel like you don't have no time. You feel like time is like it has run out. Okay. For some of you guys, there's something that you want now, like right now. I want this right now. I need it right now. Even, and you may even need it, but it's coming in the near future, just not right now. I don't know who needs to hear that. Who needed to hear that? All right, let's see. So back to this generational wealth for generations to come. Generational blessings. Like, picture how blessed you gotta be for the cup that you're drinking to not only quench your thirst or fulfill you, but it keeps on fulfilling you for generations to come down the line. And it's just getting the daughters. Just keep on getting longer and longer and longer. I don't know, something there. It could be your wisdom. It could be something that is there. Something that you've decided to pick up this lifetime that's coming from your great-grandparents or your great-great-greats. It's something that you decided to pick up. Release jealousy. Release jealousy. Now, a lot of this, I did get a message from this about releasing jealousy. First, let's read what it says. It says, jealousy is an affirmation that you don't have something, and the universe manifests exactly as you affirm. Let other people's successes inspire rather than frustrate you. If they can have it, so can you. Okay? Now, the jealousy was coming from looking at people who could be doing not so good things, not so great things, and feeling like that someone is getting blessed. So these people who are doing wicked things are still getting blessed. So it's like, well, why? Questioning why they have it, why you don't have it. You could even be trying to stop it. Probably not, because then that would be like envious, right? But this is just thoughts that you're having inside. Why? Questioning things. Comparing yourself to other people, feeling like that you should or you deserve something and another person didn't deserve it. They didn't deserve this. They weren't a good person. You could have a person you could have a person do something, or you could have a person or have people who have done something to you or something that affected you in your life that you wouldn't dare touch because you fear God. Okay, you fear the karma that comes back to you. You fear what that is. But it's like you've witnessed another person doing something and you know better. You're like, okay, that's not going to end out. That's not going to turn out well. But then you see a person getting blessed. You see a person getting blessed, and it's a verse. I'm not sure, but I know it's like Matthew, and it's like, the sun rises on the righteous and the unrighteous, and it rains on the righteous and the unrighteous. Now, what that means is that we all benefit from God's grace, and unfortunately, we all become affected by God's wrath. Okay, a great lesson is Sodom and Gomorrah. I think that's Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah, don't quote me. I think it's Gomorrah. Yeah. And so Lot was there, and the reason why those two cities didn't burn is because Lot and his family were there in that city. And if someone would have thought, look at this evil city thriving. Yeah, they doing things, but you never know who's in that place that's creating this blessing somewhere. So it's Lot and his family is there. They go to remove Lot and his family out of one of those cities, and then the city burns like that. So for some of you guys, not hoping that the city burns, but I'm just saying that sometimes the grace is being thrown off. It could be your grace that's keeping somebody. That's why it's important for us to remove ourselves from people, places, and things that aren't good for us, that don't value us, that take away from us, that um, harm us. Also, sometimes we talk about people on your ship. The ship will sink, surely, if you have these people on there. Because why? That's a part of God's wrath. And if you're on there, if you allow those people on your ship, guess what? Your ship is going to sink. However, and that same thing is true in a positive way. So I feel like that's where you may need to, you might need to remember that when you are thinking about, people and their consequences, when is justice running around, and especially if their justice created an injustice for you. So it's like, I've been following the rules. So what's going on? It's important for you to make a gratitude list, and it's also important for you to get in your God box. Okay, butterfly gang, you don't know what a God box is. It's a box that you create. In this God box, you write any concerns, worries, or desires on a piece of paper, and you put it into a special container that you call a God box, as a way of letting go and allowing the divine to help you. So to rid yourself of this, just write it down in a God box. You could also have like a God journal, okay? All right, let's see. I'm going to go into the Queen of the Moon Oracle. All right. Good messages for the gang. Please, please, please. Thank you. Actually, this one needs to come. At the bottom of the deck, attraction. Attracting your desire, attracting that which you want. Is this the desire that is going to feed your bloodline for generations to come? Is something that, for some of you guys, the reason why something could be taking long, or it's just longer than you've expected, is because you are about to feed a whole, generations and generations and generations and generations. We talking like hundreds of years out of some type of just desire that you have. I feel like it's also a desire that your great 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 grandmother or grandfather had too, which is beautiful because the world was completely different back then. In your current placement, okay, we do have trust, we have protection, and we have the masculine here. All right, so trust that you are protected. There is a message that's coming to you. For some of you guys, this is going to be a divine masculine that's coming to you. But the divine masculine, it represents a actual message that's coming to you. The messenger is coming. So somebody has something to tell you. This could be a divine masculine. You could be a divine masculine. But there's a need for you to know that you are protected. Trust that you are protected, even in this message. Or let's see. I see someone is watching you. Someone has taken great interest in you. And there's about to be a long journey of success. A long journey. Someone could be the year of the pig. Okay. I feel like there's a person who was disappointed in how their recognition of labor, how a person decided to recognize them. Now, you know, like how, like, let's say, if you are like, I can't even think of like a great, uh, let's say like one of the legends, okay? Like there's a legend somewhere and they're being honored, but the way a person is trying to honor them is lazy, it's borderline, like they're being like subliminally like disrespectful, sarcastic. It's not really, it's almost giving like the roast, like a roast of, but really they're honoring, you know. And it's not to be funny, it's not like an agreement, but you think you're going somewhere to be honored, but you are actually, you're getting roasted right now. So I feel like there was a person who was supposed to honor something, or there was a way you were supposed to get some type of recognition of labor or something like that, and you were disappointed in how, in the rollout and how it like transpired. All right, let's see. Tell me more. Okay, got the Queen of Cups. Somebody is reaching out to you for concern. Someone crosses your path. This could be a Cancer that crosses your path. Somebody could have some type of motherly or nurturing energy. I'm getting there's a higher power that's bringing you together with a person. There's a message that's coming to you. Be mindful of a message that's coming to you. Yeah, you have the Knight of Cups. This could be a love message. Okay, someone could really, really care. This could be a caring message from someone. But there's a message that's coming towards you. All right. We also have faith, the unexpected, and patience. Didn't I say that's the last thing that a person wants to hear right now? So spiritual. What's happening spiritually is your faith is strengthening. Your faith is strengthening right now. The unexpected is about to happen, like something comes out of the blue, and spirit is teaching you patience. And spirit is teaching you patience, where you don't want patience, where you least expect patience. This is where you don't want to have patience. Sorry, you can hear Sage. Somebody's knocking on my door. And Sage is going on. Okay. So we're gonna try to get through. So spirit is strengthening you to be patient and where you don't want to be, because something unexpected is going to happen, but you have to be patient in order to get there. The strength of patience, okay? Someone is looking at you with love and longing. It's just like, is God sending helpers? I'm also getting like restorations. There could be something that you lost while you were going through some type of ill, like this injustice that you could have gotten envious, that you like, okay, them people didn't burn like you said they was gonna burn. Not, I'm just being sarcastic, y'all. Or am I? But or them people didn't get there. Like, I know if I were to do that, I would have got it like that. And sometimes when you're closer to like the spiritual realm, you do get your karma very, very fast. So it's something, just be patient. Like some type of help is coming out. There's a new beginning that's forming. There's also a new seed that's being planted. It's something is newness, okay? Also, with the Seven of Pentacles card, that is you being patient and tending to your garden and still watering, you being consistent, showing up and doing the same things. All right. There's been a long time of heartbreak, a long time of like sorrow. There's been a lot of like despair that's been going on. This could be just heartbreak. I feel like you may need to tend to that. Then things speed up completely. So why do you think you are being allowed to go through some type of slow heartbreak? Slow heartbreak. The heartbreak is where it's slow, and then you speed into this higher ranking, this new level. You speed right into it, but slow heartbreak. I feel like there's something that you need to learn about yourself, and there's something that you need to learn about life in general. Also, there's something that's preparing you for something. We don't like it, but we do get prepared, and we get like, not necessarily like God is like, I'm placing these tragedies right here so you can, get strong. It's like, okay, the world is free will, so which means it's wicked, it's whatever. So I'm going to use that person's wickedness, but how I'm going to use it is going to be to prepare you, to strengthen you for something better. If I could control, he could control everything, but if he were to take free will out, he could make sure that this never happens. But the fact that there's free will in and there's other people at play and things, I'm going to alchemize that and turn that into your strength. So something slowly but surely turning into your strength. And I do feel like the reason why you could be trying to, why something could be taken slow is because you're trying to understand it all. And the more and more you try to understand it, the more it makes you sad of even trying to wrap understanding around something. You may need to read Psalms 73. That talks about a lot of what's going on here. So you need to pull out that book. Let me see. Cause shout out to Asha for making me get this book. If I could find it over here. But it's a small book of the Psalms. I might find it on my next reading. But it's a small blue book of all the Psalms for prayer. She made me get it. And thank you. Thank you. All right. So in love, okay. You were resisting accepting yourself in love. And now that you accept yourself in love, you see all of your relationships differently. You were resisting you. You weren't resisting that other person. A word. Did y'all understand that? You wasn't resisting them. You were resisting yourself. You were resisting those very traits that you see in them and yourself. That's why that was a problem. It's like God was showing you the resistance. Not, this could have something to do, okay. This could have something to do with family. For some of you guys, family. It's something that you are resisting in yourself, that you are seeing clearly in another person, and now you're able to see the relationship different. For some of you guys, this could be a parent or something that you were resisting to see how you guys are similar or how you do the same thing in your own life. It could be a liar. For some of you guys, the way that a person is treating you is a way that you treat yourself. So you could be around a person who's a liar, and they are magnifying the way that you lie to yourself. You could be around a person who abandons. They represent the way that you abandon yourself. And you won't know this until you stop trying to fix your problem on the outside and trying to fix it on the inside. I love the analogy that the Quietest Revolution gave. She was talking about, like, if there is a smear. No, what was the thing? Okay, so let's say if there's a smear on the mirror and you're looking in the mirror and that smear comes up like in your reflection on your face. But really there's just a smear on the actual mirror itself. You can rub your face all you want. You can try to bleach it. You can try to saw it off. That smear is going to be there because that's not the solution. The solution would be to wipe the mirror off. So if there's a problem going on the inside that's affecting your own self-acceptance, you can try to clean, wipe, fix, cut off whatever you want to do to the outside, but you're still going to be sitting with that problem because the solution is within. It's not on the outside of you. And I feel like this is strongly with kids. It can have something to do with the house. It can have something to do with family. That it could be affecting your love relationships. The lack of self-acceptance is affecting your love relationships. All right, you are going to go in some type of calmer waters. This is a peaceful resolution with yourself. This also brings in spiritual transformation. You were resisting. You didn't want to go within because you were already weak. And I also feel like some of you guys, you are afraid to go within, because you're afraid of what you may see. Or you're afraid to ask things to be revealed to you because you're afraid of what you may see. Something may not be like in your favor or something like that, okay? All right, so we do have balance, darkness, and pleasure. This is balance, all right? This is balance. We got darkness, we got pleasure. I'm getting in career here. Balance, darkness, and pleasure. This is ringing for me. It's balance in work and play. For some of you guys, you are too leaned over into work. And for some of you guys, you're too leaned over into play. And not even play, comfort. This has a balance of comfort and discomfort. If you are in that place where you like everything's supposed to be comfortable, what planet are you living on? And I like to go there. But we know with life, there's going to be some uncomfortable moments. It's going to be times when you have to wake up early. It's going to be times when you have to work hard. It's going to be times when you have to not play. Okay? It's going to be times when you have to save more than you want to. It's going to be times where you have to show up at places you don't want to show up. And I feel like there needs to be a balance between comfort and discomfort. You are going to do some things that are not going to be comfortable for you in career. If you are looking for comfort, then you are looking for, complacency. You're looking to stay exactly where you are. But if you are willing to be uncomfortable for a little amount of time, you are looking to grow and expand. I always like Lisa Nichols, she says that your breakthrough is on the other side of your comfort. So you could just write a couple things. Oh, I just got something in my mind. Like, we need to start moving to our discomfort. Like, write certain things down in career that would make you uncomfortable or brings a little bit discomfort to you, and run towards that. Remember, we need to make the familiar unfamiliar and the unfamiliar familiar. So this is like training yourself, okay? I used to work 12-hour days. I remember the first time I worked a 12-hour day, I was like, what? I can't do this. I can do this every once in a while to help out. And then it got to the point where that's all I was working. And if they called me in to do some overtime for 8, I'm like, you got a 12 available? I'd rather just do a 12. And that's just how it is. Like, a knock out of 12 is nothing. But at first, it was so uncomfortable. It's like, you do that? You do 5 12s a week? Oh, no. I remember my first week of like 5 12s. It was like, the money was amazing. But I was like, who am I? But the more and more I did it, the more it became like, it became second nature. That's what it became comfort. That's what I would rather do, right? There could be a lot of disappointments when it comes to career because you're even leaning more into, I feel like you're leaning more into what makes you comfortable instead of what makes you not comfortable. And this is a belief system. some type of belief system that you do have about yourself. Maybe you have the belief system where you can't do the hard work, or you can't do this, or you can make something seem agony at first, but it's really not. Like, you could be that type of person. I'm like that a little bit, like a little over exact, like a drama queen sometimes when it's not anything, but I just want to just have a BF, and I do. But then I get out. But then sometimes I'm like, really, like, let me muster it up and get it done. That's how I learned my get it done muscle, like being uncomfortable. So you may be uncomfortable when it comes to career, and it's because you're afraid to get uncomfortable. So within, so without, okay? Something's making you feel uncomfortable, well, that's the answer. Uncomfortable. What's going to make you feel a little bit uncomfortable? All right, let's see. Balance this. 2 of Cups. For some of you guys, it is networking. For some of you guys, it's working in a certain type of field. For some of you guys, it's answering to someone. Some of you guys, it could be establishing a certain type of relationship. Something like that is happening. There's someone that's regretting a relationship or regretting learning. You have the opportunity to learn right now. You have the opportunity to soak up so much. But I feel like it's uncomfortable for you to play student for some of you guys. And that's like a crazy position for you to be in. You have to be coachable. You have to be teachable. Nobody likes a know-it-all that knows everything, that knows what's going on. That's just, if you know everything, then why are you here? Why are you having the problem here? Then the fact that you're here lets me know that you don't know everything, and you may need to know some things. So I feel like that could be like, try to make yourself coachable, teachable, if that's you. I feel like also there's an opportunity for you to learn something. There's an opportunity for you to gain some wisdom that won't be here. Like, this could be an elderly person. Like, some wisdom has like a time limit on it. Like a time. There's some wisdom that has a time limit on it, and you only have now to know. Or this could be someone else looking to you as the hermit, and they had so much time to soak up so much information, and now they're looking back regretting, like, if I knew what I knew now, I would have. Okay. I don't know who that's for. All right, what's surrounding you is self-love, peace, and realization. So surrounding you is a opportunity to look at the picture differently, or to get a clearer view of the picture through you, through your own self-love. Like, aren't you tired of trying to make it work outside of yourself? Like, aren't you tired of trying to make it work outside of yourself and neglecting yourself? I know I am. Trying to ignore your self-love, just trying to put yourself through a whole bunch of stuff just because, I don't know. Self-love is the key here. Some of you guys, you're about to heal some things inside of yourself that's going to be healed for generation to generation to come. You may be like, no, but aren't you suffering the same dysfunction from generation? Insecurities from generations? You can heal for generations too. Same thing going on. If you were to go through your bloodline, have somebody, I dealt with that too. I remember the same thing happened to me. Ain't you tired of those same stories? Don't you want to do something different? The Angry Birds. Peace. Some of you guys are going to realize that the Angry Birds moved you to peace. Is this peace for generations to come? Peace, riches, abundance. Something moved you in a way that you didn't know how to move yourself in. For some of you guys, you had to go through this energy of having a lot of people. The birds are dire, they're fierce enemies who sing dire misfortune. So these are enemies that are fierce. They really don't like you, and they are speaking and talking about you all crazy, all of this stuff. So that lit a fire up under you. And that may have lit a fire up under you that made you to start looking at yourself and working on certain things. But then that lit a fire up on you to watch how you speak to other people, to watch your negative self-talk, because some of your self-talk may have sounded just like them, which could have possibly made you feel a little crazy. But they lit a fire up under you that you didn't know how to light yourself. And that is exactly what you learned through like self-love. That is again God using the works of the wicked to strengthen you, not putting you in that, not creating that for you. I think that's the biggest misconception that we have is that God is creating this or making this person say this to you because maybe you need to get whipped into shape. No. Using that free will of that person to choose wicked. They wanted to choose violence today. Using the violence that that person chose off of their own free will to alchemize it into your strength. Answered prayer. There's a prayer that's answered out of the blue that you get. Victory. Victory is surrounding you. Realizing that you have victory. Yeah, victory is surrounding you. Pleasure and victory. For some of you guys, you're going to realize that you get your pleasure and your victory out of loving yourself. Or you also may realize that these people pushed me to the pleasure, pushed me to the victory faster than it would have been if I was relying off of just me. It's the alchemy. All right. What's coming towards you? We got abundance again. I think we got abundance. Was that yesterday? Abundance, power, change. Abundance, power, change is coming towards you. Things are changing. Thunder. It may be a thunderstorm. You may see thunder in the sky. You may hear a bunch of rumbling. But this is change. Something may feel a bit shaky, a bit rocky. It may feel unstable, but that is change. Also, power. This is your inner power, which that power comes from knowing your worth, which comes from self-love, loving yourself first. And this abundance is just your cup overflowing. You getting your desires. Don't be afraid to be a little uncomfortable when it comes to career. Protection too. All right, you are protected. Your heart is protected. And there is some type of riches. You're speculating that something is going to be wealthy, something's going to be successful, and it is. You think it is, and it is. Got the 10 of Swords. This is the end of a cycle. So the end of a cycle comes. And which cycle? The end of you feeling powerless. The end of lack comes. And the end of things just always being the same. Like you just being like, blah. No. So there's a lot of ended cycles that's coming here. And you are protected in this. But more importantly, it's the end of you feeling powerless. And it's the end of lack in your life. Another thing that's coming towards you is new beginnings. We also have this action and we have extremes. We got the hot moon. So for some of you guys, there may be some type of argument that leads to a new beginning. This is just extreme energy. This is like Mars energy here. This could also be aggressiveness. This could also be a lot of passion and pleasure and stuff like that. Okay, for some of you guys, this what looks like a sex, creating a child, creating this new beginning from this type of pleasure. I'm getting like the climax is coming. The climax, the height of the moment, and everything dies down. Everything goes away after that. My phone is just going off. I can hear it. I don't. Oh, there it is. I'm like, I can hear my phone just going off. Just going off. Yeah. So you have the threat, flattery, strife. This is strife. There's an argument. Strife. Something happened. This is something gets. Oh, you thought you thought it was over. It ain't over. There's something that a person does that brings you in a long journey or a long standing of favor. This may be it for generations to generations to generations to generations to generations to come. Some type of favor that you have. It's a long, long relationship with favor, or being connected with some type of favor for a long time to come. And when not even long time, like you may think like, okay, for like a couple years. No, this is generations after you. It still runs after you. See? You're going to be surprised how God alchemizes this threat. This climax, the height of something. It's going to hit you right off guard. You got the Two of Swords. You're confused. And I said, look how God alchemizes. And look at the Magician here. Look at you sad, but look at the Magician. Look at you hurt, but look at the Magician. You're going to learn how to do this for yourself. But at this moment, just let God work. Let God, okay? Let God. Rest. Like, it's like, sit back and let me, like, I feel like someone's going to feel worn out. We also have blossoming abundance. We also have self-reflection, and we have wisdom. So, pouring into yourself, getting into yourself, like pouring into your own self, or like self-reflecting, looking at yourself. Remember, it's deeper than that. Something is happening within. The wisdom is within. It brings you this blossoming abundance, or it's going to show you exactly what you need to do. You got 22 and 23. Not 22. You got 22 and 33. You may be seeing 222 or 333 confirmation. You may be seeing 2233. But this brings self-reflecting on something, brings wisdom, and it shows you where the abundance is blossoming. Again, you do have abundance in your life. You may not know where it's at, though. You might need to look within to see, oh, let me continue to water over here. I didn't notice. I was so much focused on my herd, or I was so much focused on this person. I was so focused on the birds, or focused on the person not getting their karma back for doing me. I didn't even notice that it was abundance growing in the garden way back here. Got the Tower. A crumbling of a false foundation. This abundance comes with the end of a faulty belief system, a belief system that doesn't serve you, it just keep you trapped. So in that belief system, you see a false a self-imposed prison. That's why self-reflecting is needed. Because there's a faulty belief system there. And I feel like this blossoming abundance, it negates the belief system. If that belief system was true, why is this abundance growing here? There's a need for you to look at it and see. Just look and see. Might need to journal today. Okay, yeah, we got the Five of Swords. There's a lie. Just a lie. And you get to know the truth. It could be a lie you've been telling yourself, a lie you've been believing about yourself. It don't matter who told the lie, you believed it and agreed to it. So there needs for you to self-reflect and see where that lie is. You're working with your intuition. Intuition is leading you here. Working together with your intuition. All right. And last but not least, we got the message from our ancestors. We got the wolf. Which wolf are you feeding? Are you feeding the wolf of your shadow? Or are you feeding the wolf of your higher self? Or are you balancing them both? Balance. We also have gratitude. It's important for you to create some type of gratitude list. Be thankful for the things that you have in your life, even the smallest of things. And we do have sovereignty. And this is knowing your power. This is the Queen of the Moon. With who the deck was made. The Queen of the Moon. This is when you know your inner power, but you'll know. You'll know through gratitude and through balance. It's not trying to starve your shadow so that it goes crazy. We know what happens when we starve our shadow. It goes freaking crazy. It comes out like, I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat somebody. We think that I'm going to starve it till it dies. It just can't die. There's a need for you to balance your shadow and balance your higher self. To stop leaving your shadow, or stop getting, some people are so completely in their shadow, they forgetting about their higher self and everything else. It's like, stop abandoning one part. Balance here. Okay, this is the key. What was the other one? Balance, and how soon we forget gratitude. Gratitude is the key. I feel like there's a need for you to be thankful for your shadow. I feel like we just came up with something. Write a gratitude list on what were you thankful that your shadow did. And all the ways that you can say, thank you, shadow. I'm thankful that you protected me that way. I'm thankful that you stood up for me that way. I'm thankful that you... In what ways could you be thankful for your shadow? Talk about shadow work healing. All right. Okay, and we have the Seven of Cups. There's key for you to gain power or sovereignty over an illusion. We have the Queen of Swords here, which is the Queen of knowing. She knows the truth. There's need for you to know the truth about yourself. And this is definitely going to lead you to victory fast. If you were to really, really be thankful for your shadow. Leading you somewhere completely fast. Instead of doubting yourself, putting yourself down, just loving yourself. Like, how are you thankful of your shadow? This also brings that attraction more. Brings something to you more. Somebody's about to become a master manifester. Yep. And with the Lover's attraction, okay, you may attract the love, somebody who loves you all the way. Like, who loves you all the way. All right. So I'm going to leave it right here. I hope this reading resonates. If it does, make sure you give this reading a big thumbs up. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Make sure you're subscribed.